Are MAGA Republicans fascists? Far-leftist ideologues pulling President Joe Biden's strings and writing his speeches have finally gone around the bend. The Biden regime's crusade to label MAGA Republicans as fascists is a slap in the face to 75 million Americans. It's also an affront to the dignity of the U.S. presidency. Biden campaigned for president on a promise to unite our country. Yet, he and his minions now treat half of our citizens as enemies. This is a desperation strategy to rally the Biden base before the midterm elections. But political expedience is no excuse for our president's shameful diatribes. By labeling Republicans fascists, Mr. Biden demonstrates an inexcusable ignorance of history and a blatant disregard for the power of words, especially when spoken by our nation's head of state. His egregious, inflammatory, fascist magniloquence is both irresponsible and destructive to our national identity. Biden's, and his staff's, use of the word fascist to describe conservatives and Republicans is intended to distract we the people from what his regime is doing through deception, distortion, division and, ultimately, the destruction of all opposition. These tactics brought to power nearly every despotic regime for more than a century: Lenin, Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler, Tojo, Mao, Kim, Saddam, Khomeini and Putin, to name but a few. When far-leftists call you a fascist, ignore their words and watch their behavior. Biden may not know it, but fascism, like communism and jihadism, are all forms of totalitarian government headed by despots who control the executive, legislative and judicial functions of their governments. All dictatorial regimes have in common the practice of throwing out their nation's previous constitutions, enforcing one-party rule, controlling who counts any votes allowed and denying what we call individual liberty. In every case, these tyrannical governments use propaganda and censorship to control dissemination of information to their citizens or subjects. Now consider the ignorance and folly of our current head of state describing conservatives and Republicans as fascists. Republicans believe in government of, by, and for the people, in short, self-government. Fascists, and totalitarians of all sorts, believe in government by a dictatorial, all-powerful elite. The highest political priority of conservative Republicans is adherence to the U.S. Constitution and fair, transparent elections. Weaponizing government agencies to control American citizens, hiring more than 85,000 armed IRS agents, turning a blind eye to explosive violent crime, ignoring anarchy, riots, arson and looting aren't Republican ideals, nor is jailing opposition leaders. These are the tactics of totalitarian governments. Is this what the B team at the White House wants? Republicans believe in freedom of speech. Totalitarians suppress free speech through government coercion, censorship and collaboration with complicit media entities. The Biden White House apparently wants you to know only their version of truth. Republicans want freedom of religion while totalitarians want freedom from religion. Ironically, leftist ideologues who label Republicans fascists oppose religion in schools, the workplace and the public square. Republicans believe in free enterprise and entrepreneurship. Biden totalitarians advocate government control of business and industry. Biden's leftist elites want their president to control our private sector with draconian green executive orders and regulations. Republicans believe in personal responsibility. Totalitarians demand fealty to government for responsibility to our citizens' needs. Biden calls Republicans fascists for opposing forgiveness of student loans and promoting irresponsibility and government dependency. Republicans believe in private property. Biden totalitarians claim property rights are decided by government and, where necessary, may be seized. On November 8, we will vote for the kind of government we want. Because we swore an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, we pray you will vote to do so as well. We aren't fascists.